Well, it's very frustrating to see the world's governments not doing anything about climate change, and especially so in the week that Margaret Thatcher died, because for all her faults and whether you disagreed or agreed with her politics, there was one thing in which she was very, very strong and cottoned on very, very early, and that was climate change. So back in 1989, she really understood what was going on about climate change because she was trained as a chemist. Crispin Tickell had talked to her about it, and she immediately saw this was a global problem of utmost seriousness. So she made a speech at the UN General Assembly. She founded the Hadley Centre, and when I was director at the Scott Polar Institute, she came and spent a day with us learning about climate change in the polar regions. And her driver at that time said she spent all the time when he was driving her around the country talking about climate change. And so she really was taking it very, very seriously. And of course, with her kind of energy and single-mindedness, she would have done something much more than she'd managed to do in the short time she had. And unfortunately, at least in Britain, all the politicians we've had since then have been completely useless at doing anything about climate change. And unfortunately, the same seems to apply worldwide. So we really, on that issue alone, one misses Margaret Thatcher, and I think all the descriptions of plus and minus about her now that she's just died, none of them have mentioned her work on climate change, but I think that was very important.